Here she is, Miss Popularity. It's Ozark Nana's CookShack on TV. She got barbecues, awesome stews, desserts all the day. Just stay tuned, now don't you go away. Here's Ozark Nana's recipe today.
Okay, let's just give a knock on the door.
Come in.
She's there.
Well, hi, Terry. Come on
hello,
in.
Elaine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I thought maybe we could make another recipe for desserts today so that our people that are going to join our contest could see a dessert.
Okay, you're going to do a made-from-scratch, homemade baked dessert, right?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay.
Today we're going to do banana pudding, and we're going to use instant pudding, so I'm not even going to make the pudding itself.
Oh.
But, you know, there are some people out there that will make their own pudding, and if you are one of those people, feel free to go ahead and make it.
I know one of those people.
Yeah, I do too.
Your sister.
Yes, sir.
The one that cut the tree down on your house the other day.
Yes, sir. That's the one. But what I'm going to do today is make banana pudding, and my kids all call it Nana pudding.
Nana pudding. Ozark Nana, that'll work.
That's right. So we're going to come over here to the mixing pan. And I like to start off when I'm doing the instant pudding with the milk or the liquid, so that the dry ingredients don't clump up. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in first. Now, what I like is Eagle brand or any kind of brand of condensed milk will be fine.
Okay.
I just happen to have Eagle brand in the house. And I put 1 can of Eagle brand to each box of family-sized pudding. Now, I've got that cut opener. I'll turn it up for you.
Okay, I can see it.
But today I'm using banana cream flavor. I have used just plain vanilla, and it still tastes like banana pudding, so it's okay. If that's what you have in the house or want to use, that's fine.
I'm for easy.
Yeah, me too.
But I was expecting you to cook from scratch here.
Well, these are desserts that anybody could go home from work and make and still have the family a good meal.
Okay.
Okay? And that's the reason I like them. They're easy, they're quick, and anybody could do them. There's just really nothing hard about any of these desserts we've been making.
Well, that's what we want, really, isn't it?
Really. Well, and that's what most people want, especially if mom's been at work all day.
Right.
And she's got to come home and fix a meal for the family. And who knows, there may be some kind of sports practice or game that night she's got to get to. So there's all kinds of stuff like that to take into account. So now I'm going to use 2 boxes of pudding. So I'm putting 2 cans of Eagle brand in here.
And like I said earlier, you don't have to tell them how easy it was. You could
That's right.
mess up your
Nobody
hair.
will know the difference.
Yeah.
And I promise you, if you use this recipe, people will be begging you for the recipe. They'll think you made something from scratch. This is one of those recipes everybody wants once they've tasted it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I got that in there. And I'm going to put some plain milk in too, because the recipe or the pudding recipe on the box will call for 3 cups of milk. So we've put 1 can of Eagle brand, which we're going to call a cup, per box. Then I'm going to turn on the mixer so it's stirring around. I've got 4 cups of milk. Remember I said 3 cups per box.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of pour it in slow so that the Eagle brand will mix into it.
Now you could substitute almond milk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want to use. I'm actually using whipping cream.
Whipping cream.
Because I wanted it to be a little bit richer.
Oh, yeah.
But I use milk. I have used almond milk. And it tastes pretty good.
Hey, guys, I may have given away one of her secrets there.
Could be. Could be. So now I've got the milk in there, and you can see it's mixing. Now, we don't want it to whip this milk into butter. So we're going to go ahead and get our pudding put in there. And I'm just kind of shaking it in at the box at the side so that it's going in evenly. And the mixer blade will kind of stir it up, get it all wet. And then when you get it where it's all wet, then you can turn it on. You want to let it blend or mix on medium to high for about 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then your pudding, your instant pudding, is going to start stiffening up at that point. Then what we're going to do is put Cool Whip in it. Now, I've told you before in other recipes that I'm going to do Cool Whip with my hand instead of my mixer, because I don't like it to take all the fluff and the air out of the Cool Whip. So it's better to mix it with just your hand or a whip in the bowl.
So far, so simple.
Yep.
I think I could do this one.
And this is really the hard part. What we're doing right now is the hard part. Because making sure that's smooth is all you got to do. I'm going to let it do just a minute more.
So you say about like icing or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want it smooth like that so that you're, we don't want any lumps in pudding.
No.
You know. And I've had some disasters before where it was all lumpy.
Okay.
And I've actually mixed it too long with whipped cream and made milk butter out of it.
Uh-oh.
Which is not good either.
So you could mess up on this if you
sure
didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and if you just use plain milk, you wouldn't. But
yeah,
I've got whipping cream in here today, so that's why I'm saying.
You know, I know somebody that don't mess up very much at all, and that's your sister when she cooks.
Well, that depends on what you call messing up. So, I think looking at what I've got proportion-wise, I'm going to have enough room to go ahead and put the Cool Whip in this container. But then we're going to put it in this one in a minute because we're going to put bananas and vanilla wafers in there with it. So we're just going to mix our Cool Whip in. And again, this is just what I have on hand. If you wanted to use the store brand of whipped topping, it'd be all right. And if you wanted to use real whipped cream, I've done that before and it would be all right. Just remember the thickness, the heaviness. It's, you know, sweeter, more fat, more calories when you do all that.
Well, we don't care about that in this show.
So that depends on, you know, what your thought is on it. You just keep stirring until it's all pretty yellow. Make sure you get down to the bottom of the bowl. Now, if you have a wooden spoon and you wanted to use it to do this, it'd probably work a little better. Even though I've got a one-piece spatula here, it's still a little bit flimsy compared to a wooden spoon.
Now,
so it would probably stir a little easier.
If you think we did a bunch of healthy desserts, do you think anybody would watch that?
I don't know. People that like health.
Yeah.
Health food. And, you know, it's not even healthy food. You can eat all the sugar you want if you eat it in quantity. If you eat the whole bowl of banana pudding, then you need to determine that you're not on a diet or not wanting to be, and not just eating healthy. There's nothing wrong with a bowl of banana pudding after dinner.
Oh, thank you.
If you just have a bowl.
I'm going to tell my doctor you said that.
People like you that eat the whole pan. That's the problem. And you ask your doctor, he'll tell you the same thing.
Okay.
So now I'm pouring it in here, and we're going to put bananas. Now, I'm probably going to put about 5 or 6 bananas in this amount. You can put however many or however little you want. That, again, is one of those things up to you. And also, back to the bananas. You can see my bananas are speckled. This brown spot on the bananas means that banana's really sweet. And that's what I like. I don't like to cook with them when they're green. And when they're really just starting to be not green, they're still pretty green on the inside. So a lot of times I don't like that either. But we're going to just slice these up. Now, I've done this all different ways. You can slice them up in a bowl. You can put the vanilla wafers in the bottom of a container, slice some bananas on it, put a layer of pudding. Slice some bananas, put a layer of vanilla wafers, put a layer of pudding. All that's up to you and your family. I personally just put it in there and mix it up.
Okay.
And I find that to be the fastest and easiest way for me. And, you know, especially when I'm cooking it for the whole group. We had banana pudding last week out at the mountain, and we used 3 gallons of milk. I'll tell you how much we made.
Boy, you cook for all kinds of functions out here, don't you?
I do.
God's Cafe.
Yeah, we cook every month for the God's Cafe outreach, and we just have all kinds of different things for them. Now, we normally serve the pulled pork that we make, sandwiches, but we always have some kind of a dessert too, and it's not always the same.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of bread pudding and apple dump cake, that kind of stuff for that, because it's easy to transport and it's easy to serve when you're out in the middle of nowhere. And we're usually at a park when we do that.
Yeah. In case you're not familiar, that's our outreach where we take our smoker and go where the people are, and CookShack Nana
Amen.
Gets to minister to people that are all kinds, homeless even.
Yeah. Well,
struggling
my personal
families.
favorite is the young families that are struggling.
Yeah.
This last time we had this young couple, and I was really blessed myself by them because the kids got to have a good hot meal. And the guy told me, he said, you know, if we hadn't come here, my kids probably wouldn't have got a hot meal today.
Oh.
It'd have just been sandwiches because we didn't have money to do that after we washed all the clothes.
Right.
So when you have to go to the laundromat, you know, it costs money to do that.
It does.
So I was blessed that they had hot meals and that the kids really liked it. So I was really blessed because the little boy asked for seconds on the dessert. You know, I always wanted to make it mom's decision if they get another dessert or not, but I always have plenty so that they can. Oh. And I was really blessed this time with that couple and their kids. And I've lived where I had to do the laundry and had 4 kids and all that kind of stuff. So I know it's a challenge just to get to the laundromat.
Oh, yeah.
When you got that many.
Well, you know, I've got to be there with you when you cook for them. And
yeah,
it blesses me too. And you might be looking at few shots right now from when we go out there.
Yeah, some of the outreach shots. And we have a really diverse group of people that show up. We've got a couple of older couples that come every time, and they come and they'll pretty much spend the afternoon with us. They'll just sit around and talk and enjoy the day, almost like it's their outing for the month.
God's Cafe, right?
Yeah. And then we have some homeless people that don't have any options. There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Now, when it's really hot, we've noticed that they have found a tree somewhere to get under, and they don't show up as much as they do when it's colder. But we just have a really diverse group, and we don't try to be pushy at that. We want to be more of a testimony in our actions and our words, and so we don't push them to, you know, you got to hear our sermon before you can have food.
Yeah,
no, we're going to feed them.
Our sermon is just show them love. That's it.
That's it. Let them see the love of Jesus by just the food that we've prepared just for them.
And if that opens doors, hey, we're ready.
That's right. That is right.
You know, and CookShack Nana, I've watched God's Cafe buy groceries for little moms out there that were at the end of their budget.
Yeah. Well, don't you remember, Terry, last year at Christmas time, we had some extra produce left over from an event we had, and we bagged it up and took it out to the location, and these moms started crying.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were going to do for food the next week, and we had brought them fresh food that they could serve to their family and have food.
And you know, let's thank our partners right now.
Yes. Partners, we do thank you. we couldn't do this kind of stuff without you.
No.
We couldn't even just cook the Wednesday meals without you. And I think if you've watched any of our videos in the recent months, we've showed you some new things that we managed to get for the God's Cafe. We have a new wash sink. So what that means is it just makes it a little easier for us to be able to do it, because when we go, we have, utensils that we serve the food with and pans and different things like that. Well, on property, we've been able to leave a trailer with all of our equipment in it. So when we go to Third Saturday, we don't have to go and take anything. We just go and set up.
That makes it easier.
And then when we're done, we wash the dishes and we put them up.
Yeah.
So it's been a big blessing for us to be able to do that.
Amen.
And we know it blesses the people that come. They
boy.
tell us all the time how blessed they feel because they were able to come and eat.
Yeah.
And we've got some people that come and do laundry every third Saturday just so that they're there at the time we are.
Yep.
So they can get a meal.
And the laundromat owner loves us.
Yes, he does.
And like CookShack Nana said, he opened up his facility for us. And so it's a team.
That's right.
And every time we go out, you're going with us.
You sure are.
And
we thank you so much for it. We actually are getting blessed on that day, but you're being blessed every day that you help us.
Well, I know we kind of left the recipe a little bit, but we got it on video of what you're doing.
Well, after I cut the bananas up, I just layered it with cookies. I put a few handfuls in and stirred it up, so there's some down in it, but then I like to just cover up the top of it. So when you serve it, you can actually get a cookie in every serving.
Oh, yeah.
That way, nobody gets left out.
Right.
And I think that'll do it.
Oh,
and that's all it takes. Now you want to probably put that in the icebox while you have dinner so it'll chill back up and then serve it.
Wonderful.
It's a great meal. It's not something that you can keep for a long time because those bananas will go bad, but it is a good, quick dessert. We want you to send your recipes of whatever dessert is your family's favorite. If you have a cake that my sister and I used to make as young family people, or my grandma made this when I was young, whatever it is, just go to the email. It's on the screen and send us a copy of it. And then we're going to send you back a certificate with the CookShack logo on it. And it's going to have your name on it. And then we're going to be having a contest that's going to be the person that wins the contest is going to get to spend a weekend out at Prayer Mountain in one of the cabins and come to the CookShack and make your recipe with me.
Awesome.
And so we'll video you, and so you'll get to be on CookShack Nana's videos.